Secondhand embarrassment is a very real phenomenon. It occurs when you witness something that is so grossly turbo cringe that your body has a fight or flight response and fills you with shame from just having watched it, even though you weren't directly involved in the situation. I think the number one cause of secondhand embarrassment is bad stand-up comedy. So, like, what's the deal with airline food? Salt shakers, you fill them up, and then where does it all go? Like, when a stand-up set bombs, I feel like most people get embarrassed for the person up there. But today, I got so much secondhand embarrassment, I feel like I got a year's worth of shame in one afternoon, thanks to the TikTok congressional hearing that happened. This was an absolute mockery of the entire country. It was absolutely foul. It was painful to watch. So I'd like to show you just a few of the clips. The whole thing was about 5.5 hours long, and I can't imagine anyone can make it to the end without puking. It's brutal. It has everything you're probably imagining: tech illiteracy and horrible questions out the wazoo, all wrapped up into one 5-hour endurance test of the human patience. In a nutshell, there's been a lot of controversy about TikTok and TikTok bans, like banning on government phones, which I do agree with. I don't think there's any argument to be made that a fucking government or someone in power person should have TikTok on their phone just because of potential security risks associated with it. And this has expanded into a lot of other big debates around it. I am not a personal fan of the platform in general. I don't really use it that often. Plus, I think it's been extremely detrimental to the actual mental health and attention span of human beings. Because now, I don't know if you go on TikTok often, if you go on TikTok and it's someone just talking about something or a clip of something, there is always Subway Surfers, Rocket League, or GTA playing underneath it in order to keep your attention, because people need such constant stimulation and jingling keys. If there's not like 3 separate videos of like bars of soap getting cut for satisfying videos, or Rocket League freestyling while the core video itself is playing, they click off. That shit is just so pathetic. It's actual brain rot behavior. I am very curious to see in 10 years if that's going to be the commonplace for everything in the world. Like if movies now are going to be like playing a movie, but then also underneath it, another separate movie, making sure that your attention is captured. Like, it's so baffling just how far the attention span of humans is degrading, where they can't watch a fucking 30-second video without 3 other videos also playing to keep their attention. But with all of that being said, I still don't want to see it nationally banned or any shit like that. And the reason's very simple. Because I like a world where people have the freedom to choose what they do with their whole life, pretty much. So if you want to download TikTok, you should. Even in spite of potential security risks to your privacy or whatever, that should entirely be on the individual's choice. Does the entertainment the platform offer outweigh the potential security risks to your data being sold or whatever? That's up to the person to decide. That's my ideal scenario where people have the freedom to make their own fucking choices there when it comes to some shit like this. I've made it clear I'm no fan of TikTok. I am also very confident that there is a huge level of like spyware with TikTok associated with it, more than the CEO lets on. But holy shit, this congressional hearing or whatever has done nothing but make the CEO of TikTok look like a patient saint. Like an actual Zen master to deal with the unhinged lunacy and out-of-touch questions those fucking fossils were throwing his way. It blew my mind. It blew my fucking mind. Her, oh my god, she's so dumb. She kept asking him questions, but instead of letting him answer, she'd just say, yes, yes, yes. And then she pulled up a random shitpost on TikTok like, you see this threat? Oh, fuck me. Yeah, so she pulled this up and she's like, look at this. Outrageous. It's not a viral post or anything, by the way.
That video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F.
Dude who asked about TikTok using Wi-Fi? I don't remember, but I think they were trying to make a bigger point. And this is really giving a very charitable bone to the person who asked the question. I think what they were getting at with asking about Wi-Fi is he was trying to state that if one device is connected to a network, it can access everything on that network, which it can, but he couldn't ask the question because I don't think he really fully understood it. But again, I'm doing a very charitable service trying to even make some sense out of that awful question. This accomplished nothing except making their CEO look better. Full-heartedly believe there is a lot more fishy shit at play on the back end of TikTok, but they did not even get close to the bottom of it because they couldn't even wrap their head around what an app on your phone is. It's tragic.
Mr. Zhang Fuping is the editor-in-chief.
He's not.
My colleague, Representative Burton,
Just doesn't even let him say it or talk.
minutes ago exposed that TikTok and ByteDance share legal teams. You confirmed this, correct?
Our general counsel is an American lawyer, veteran of Microsoft.
Also, my colleague, Representative Latta, confirmed that your parent
Fucking
company,
worthless.
ByteDance, currently can access user data. Yes?
Let's, we have to be more specific.
Yes.
After Project Texas, no.
I'm not asking after Project Texas, I'm asking now. Yes.
Some user data is public data, Congresswoman, which means everybody can search.
What's interesting to me is that you've used the word transparency over a half a dozen times.
So, doesn't seem to understand that when you ask a question, you should wait for an answer instead of fill in your own blanks here. So, her asking about the data that they're accessing, he talks about the public data, which is something every app in the world accesses, even that computer she's on right there. I bet she's logged in on Twitter. That uses all of your fucking data too. I bet she has a Facebook account. That not only accesses all of your data, it sells it too. All of these apps do that. What they needed to get to the bottom of is more in line with, like, what is TikTok specifically doing with that data and how it relates to, like, the CCP and shit like that. But instead, they're so hung up on, like, public data. You're accessing public profiles. That's creepy. That's something one of the guys said. It's so fucking crazy. And for some reason, they don't even let him answer, so they get no answers. They get nothing out of this. It is fucking worthless. It is a complete waste of time. They said they were watching children's public profiles, which was creepy. Everything's watching every public profile ever. That's the whole point of it being public. It gets scanned in these systems. That's not exclusive to TikTok. Twitter does it. Facebook does it. YouTube does it. Everything does it. Literally everything. We threw away our privacy long ago. TikTok is just a little more nefarious, potentially, with what it uses that data for, at least based on, like, reports from a year or two ago. Not meant to be informational or useful, it's meant to grandstand for campaigns. It's actually tame compared to everything else, and, well, I guess maybe. It's still so stupid, though, because this doesn't do anything to further anyone's agenda here. Everyone that asked him questions today looks like a bumbling fucking buffoon. A genuine moron. Like, I feel like all this does is shake people's confidence in their elected representatives here. They couldn't they couldn't ask a good question. Were they like this with Mark Zuckerberg? Yes! Yes, they were! It was just as bad with Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg sat in the same hot seat as this guy did, and he got bombarded with just as stupid questions. If I remember correctly, one of the Facebook questions was, do I need internet to connect to Facebook? Or something like that. We are not getting anything out of this garbage. What do you think their approach should be on this topic? Hand it off to people that understand it. Clearly, this woman doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. At all. She has no clue what's going on right there. And she clearly doesn't even want to get answers because she's too busy answering herself. So get someone who gets it, have them ask the questions, and come up with the questions to begin with. Delegate. This is clearly not her strong suit. She's not even old! That you can't just keep using the excuse of they're all fucking geriatric. She is not old. She is willfully stupid. And still tries to act like an authority on the topic. She pulled up a fucking 400 view shitpost to try and use it as a point that completely fell flat. And then doesn't even let the guy answer her questions because she's too busy answering herself. Now, while she may have come to this hootenanny unprepared and made me ashamed to be a Floridian, she did mention something that I think is important to talk about briefly, which is Project Texas. Project Texas is something TikTok did to appease the US. In a quick nutshell, Project Texas is US user data being sent to Oracle, which is on American soil, as opposed to going anywhere else. So all of the US user data will now be on American soil, and Oracle kind of oversees the whole thing.
On a device in one pocket, but download it on your device in the other doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I believe Congress and DOD should address the continued use of TikTok on military installations as well as any use that depicts U.S. military operations. Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have a TikTok app...
Again, this is being very charitable. I think the point he was trying to make is when it accesses the Wi-Fi, it has access to all of your devices that are within that network, which every device that accesses your Wi-Fi does. That is factual. That is true. Which is actually something that happened to Kaya. He downloaded a burglar broke in and downloaded a torrent, and it came with a virus, which infected multiple devices that were on his network. It is known that when you are on a Wi-Fi network, it connects to more than just the single thing that's connected to it. It's everything there. So I think his point was, can it access my other devices? Which is why he's talking about, like, downloading on a device next to me. Shit like that. But the way he asked that question is so bafflingly stupid that even the TikTok CEO's like, fucking obviously, it's gonna access your Wi-Fi if you turn it on, right? Like, it's just craziness. So have someone who understands what the fuck they're talking about be the one to ask these questions. I think you gave him too much credit. He probably thinks Wi-Fi is a radio. Again, it's a very charitable interpretation of what I think he could have been trying to say. I could be way off and giving way too much credit there. I don't know. For the sake of clarity, I actually think that guy's follow-up question kind of hints more at what I was saying. Even though it's still poorly asked and his follow-up question is still poorly phrased, I do think with a high level of confidence the thing he was trying to get at is TikTok going to be accessing all kinds of things on my network outside of just the one device that I'm using right now to connect to it? I think is what he really wanted to get at, but he didn't know how to get to that topic effectively. So he ended up making a very silly question out of the whole thing. Which really sums up the entire hearing, just silly questions that didn't do anything at all. They didn't get any answers, they didn't get to the bottom of any real questions people have. It was just a genuine fucking circus. Just an absolute clown show. That's really about it. See ya. I very rarely watch government hearings. The only time I ever tune in is when something big happened and I'm trying to get the latest scoop on what the important information is and new developments. And every time without fail, I get nothing. Less than nothing. It's just perpetually dancing around questions without giving any real information whatsoever, and leaves me scratching my head wondering what was even the point of doing this in the first place. Whenever one of these hearings is going on, usually the person that's getting grilled doesn't actually respond most of the time. It's like talking to a stuffed animal when you're a kid expecting a response, but you get nothing. That's how these go most of the time, and the best example was the most recent one with the Secret Service director. After the assassination attempt on Trump, the Secret Service director's been catching a lot of heat and was brought in front of big government to get fed that government cheese. And they were laying into her, asking a lot of questions about the Secret Service. And she just sat there like a fucking statue, giving non-answers. Like, I can't even put the word answer in the same sentence as what her tactic was. It was a complete waste of time. Now, since that hearing, the Secret Service director has resigned. That is a new development. That's a big breaking story there, which absolutely seems for the best, all things considered, especially after this hearing, where they just truly seem inept and can't even answer the most basic questions. Like, they would lose points on their SAT for not writing their name because they just refused to. Like, if one of the government officials had asked the Secret Service director how many fingers they were holding up, she would have probably refused to answer. Like, getting led by someone like that doesn't seem to be optimal. But I just need to show you how bad this hearing was, and I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe there were some parts that were better than others, but holy shit, like, the most direct questions could not elicit a direct answer or even a semblance of an almost answer. It was infuriating. The Forbes video basically covers it. Is this an actual good breakdown?
That's Chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan from Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director, were you guessing or lying? The day after President Trump is shot, city assets for Mr. Trump's detail. So which is it? Because both statements can't be true. Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
Neither, sir, and I appreciate the question.
Well, what
Wait, what?
Those statements don't...
As far as requests...
Well, maybe they got tired of asking. Maybe you turned them down.
This guy has a voice of like every background character in a Ubisoft open world game. I don't know who this is, but every time he speaks, all I hear is like an NPC like, "Hey, watch where you're going." He literally sounds like that fucking stock voice actor that does those.
And you turned them down. What they asked for and how many times did you turn them down? Pretty basic questions.
So again, without having all of the details in front of me, sir, what I can tell you is that there are times...
You didn't get briefed.
This is going fucking nowhere. This is going like legitimately nowhere. All of these fucking conferences and hearings seem to be absolutely worthless. Like legitimately worthless.
Very specific questions. I want very specific answers. Most of my questions are going to demand a yes or no answer. Do you understand?
I do.
Okay.
That wasn't a yes. Should have said yes.
Both sides of the aisle today have asked for your resignation. Would you like to use my 5 minutes to draft your resignation letter, yes or no?
No, thank you.
Was this a colossal failure?
It was a failure.
Yes.
Colossal.
No?
Colossal?
Colossal failure is the question.
How big?
Yes or no?
I have admitted this is a
This is a yes or no series of
approximately how big of a failure?
Yes or no?
Metric system, please.
Yes.
Was this tragedy preventable? Yes or no?
Yes.
Has the Secret Service been transparent with this committee?
Yes.
Would you say the fact that we had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today as being transparent? Yes or no?
I have always been
yes or no. You didn't want to answer the question. We had to issue a subpoena to get you to show up today. That is not transparent, by the way. You stated earlier Secret Service is not political. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say leaking your opening statement to Punchbowl News, Politico's Playbook, and Washington Post several
hours... What the fuck is Punchbowl News? Is that like her daughter's scholastic news reporting section? What the fuck is that? Wait, you're telling me the Secret Service director broke the story to Punchbowl News? Is that real? Pop Crave. Pop Crave as the breaking. Secret Service only communicates directly with Pop Crave and Dexerto. Nothing else. God damn it.
Hours before you sent it to this committee as being political, yes or no?
I have no idea how my statement got out.
Well, that's bullshit. So, Mr. Chairman...
Oh, hey, pardon my French.
To ask unanimous
bullshit.
Consent to enter into the record articles by Punchbowl News, Political Playbook, Washington Post. Has the Secret Service provided this committee a complete list of all law enforcement personnel that were there that day? Have you done that? Have you provided a list to the Oversight Committee? Yes or no?
I will have to get back to you on that.
That is a no. Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th? Yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of shit today. You're just being completely dishonest. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Hey, please. Please, come on. Naughty language in the house of God. Are you out of your mind? Get her out of here. Get her out of here. This lack of professionalism is more insulting than the Secret Service's failure. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Why I never.
We have to maintain decorum in this committee, no matter how upset we get.
Have you provided any and all memos to this committee that we've asked you on July 15th? Have you provided all memorandums within the Secret Service?
I would have to get back to you on
that. That is a no. You are being dishonest or lying. Like you're being dishonest here with this committee. These are important questions that the American people want answers to, and you're just dodging.
When the speakers said that they need to maintain decorum no matter how upset they get, his voice was actually shaking. I think he was on the verge of tears. I'm not entirely sure, but when I rewatched this segment, I was like, wow, that guy really doesn't like potty mouth. Like, the language of sailors, he was really not standing by. Here, they're talking to someone that has had a massive failure in what their job is supposed to be with this assassination attempt. And, like, he gets very concerned over her saying, shit. So I found that to be really weird. I understand professionalism is important. I get it. But, like, come on. We're all adults here. I think our ears can hear some of these words without needing to be, like, reprimanded like we're in school or something. I just felt like that was kind of comical and very like kind of childish as well for him to be like that and call her out for the language. And speaking of call outs, right now the Secret Service director is getting her ham steamed. Like, she is getting baked. So all of her dodging, which she's getting rightfully called out for, doesn't even really serve a purpose, because anyone who hears that knows that that's an admission of guilt. By refusing to be open about the questions and instead saying things like, I'll have to get back with you, or I'll need to check on that, that's very clearly a no. You are not cooperating. You are not doing these things that are being talked about right now, and you don't want to just say that, so instead you look even slimier by refusing to own up to it and instead, like, beat around the bush. It's just so weird, because the dodging doesn't even serve a purpose other than just making this even more frustrating than it needs to be.
Have you provided us all communications from the Secret Service related to that day and that rally? Have you provided this committee? We've asked for this information on July 15th. Have you provided any of this information that this committee has asked of the Secret
Well, I'm gonna have to
Service,
check.
Any of it?
I'll have to get back to you.
Have you?
Yeah, no, I have to check. We put the intern on that the day you said it. We just have to make sure that they're not doing whippets right now and on task. And I'm sure they are. Yeah, no, I just have to get back to you on it. That's all. It's a yes. Yes, I did. It's on its way. Did you check the mailbox?
We haven't gotten a single document or piece of information or data from you or your agency in related to the rally that we have asked you for. So, is this
a joke to you?
Assassination of Donald Trump a failure of training or execution or both?
That's not yes or no.
I think that those are answers that we need to
Training, execution, or both? Which one?
I think those are answers.
All right. How many Secret Service personnel have lost their jobs due to this colossal failure?
At this time, none.
Personnel have been required to take a refresher course on how not to let people shoot Donald Trump.
Our personnel are currently...
That was an interesting question. It's so snarky. Oh my goodness. That's so very snarky.
We are examining the facts of this investigation, and we will make the changes necessary.
What time did law enforcement become aware that there was an individual on the roof with a clear line of sight to President Trump?
There was a shooter?
I am still verifying timelines.
I'll have to get back to you.
Of course.
That's news to me.
9 days in, you have no answers. How many minutes went by between the time law enforcement saw and took photos of crooks and the shooting? How many minutes?
I am still verifying timelines.
57 minutes.
No, that can't be right.
Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back.
I'll have to get back to you. Those minutes have to be completely calculated incorrectly. It's ridiculous. Wow. That was enlightening. Thank you, Secret Service Director. These truly feel fucking worthless. Like, the people that go in there, the Secret Service Director, goofball during the first hearing, they literally go up there and they just say nothing. It's just like, well, maybe. I'm going to have to check with my superior. I don't know. My dad called and I missed the call. Maybe he was going to tell me, but I don't know right now. It's just so fucking worthless. Why do you think they'll say nothing? Well, the reason's obvious, but still, it's like completely useless. It's unbelievable how inept the government is when it comes to how it runs. Everything is abominably slow and beyond disorganized. Like all the fucking problems we had with U.S. immigration. Lawsuits. I'll be honest with the lawsuit, it's not going that well anymore because the government is so fucking slimy. What should have been a slam dunk case against U.S. immigration is turning into a giant fucking headache. But it's so ridiculous. It's unbelievable how inept it is. Like, I know everyone likes to attribute all of the shortcomings and failures to conspiracy, but the truth of the matter is, the people there are just dumb. Like, they're actually fucking stupid. Like, legitimately stupid. Everyone is stupid except me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Brother, I'm dumb too. If I worked in government, I'd probably also be fucking terrible at my job as well. I'm just saying, everyone likes to attribute to conspiracy what's easily explained through incompetence. I've been seeing it firsthand with U.S. immigration. I promise you, a lot of the things you think are conspiratorial are actually just like fucking glue-huffing losers in there that cannot do what they are supposed to do. Yeah, there's not a whole ton to be proud of when it comes to Florida and the people in it. Like, half the people here think using sunscreen is going to send you straight to hell. So with that in mind, let's see what Florida people are up to when it comes to coronavirus and the controversial topic of wearing a mask.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people.
Yeah, this is why it's so easy to scam people these days, because everyone just wants to feel special, so they just will believe anything at all that puts them in a category that's different from others, no matter how fucking wrong it is. Like this claim right here, you can immediately disprove that masks are killing people with a 2-second Google search, but it doesn't matter because she believes it. She saw it on Facebook, and now she 100% believes it and will not hear the actual truth. That's why people are buying fucking special rocks that they're told blocks Wi-Fi, which they're told, you know, exposure to Wi-Fi over time will cause your nipples to fall off. And they don't bother to do any research on it. They just stick in this fucking disgusting echo chamber on Facebook and believe things like masks are killing people.
And we the people are waking up, and we know what citizens arrest is, because citizens arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
Whoa, calm down there, Judge Dredd. Jesus Christ, she's out here being the judge, jury, and executioner. Threatening a citizen's arrest, that's serious. You know, citizen's arrest, I think, has been pulled off successfully 0 times in the entire history of that fucking thing's existence. I'm pretty sure citizen's arrest was started as a joke, and then they just kept it there as a joke. Threatening to citizens arrest somebody is like threatening to shoot laser beams out of your eyeballs at somebody. It's a threat that you just laugh at.
Every single one of you have a smirk behind that little mask, but every single one of you are going to get punished by God. You cannot escape God. You cannot escape God. I'm gonna say that again. You cannot escape God, not even with the mask or 6 feet. Okay?
Damn, and here I thought I was safe with my 6 feet, but I guess God has an answer to everything, huh? He can counter pretty much every move? What a shame. Well, as you would expect, the majority of people that are against masks think that it infringes on their God-given oxygen. Because apparently when they put on a mask, they like suction cup it to their face and suffocate themselves or some shit. I don't know how the fuck they wear a mask unless they're like duct taping it around their face until they pass out. I couldn't tell you. But you're going to see that argument a lot in this council meeting here today.
6 feet, like I said before, is military protocol. You're trying to get the people to train them so when the cameras, the 5G comes out, what? They're gonna scan everybody. We gotta get scanned, we gotta get temperatured. The kids have to go to school with masks. Are you insane? Are you crazy?
Yeah, are you guys crazy? Are you insane? This lady's out here, very knowledgeable, spitting some facts right in front of you. And you have these devilishly crazy ideas like 5G? Like, oh my god. I'm actually pretty sure this lady is an android constructed by Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg himself created her in a lab and just compiled every fucking garbage Facebook conspiracy and belief and put it all into one person and then unleashed her on this council meeting in Florida just to test it out.
I think all of you should be in a psych ward right the heck now, because none of you know what the hell you are all talking about. This is insane. And then you want to open this meeting with a prayer to God. Are you praying to the devil? Because God is not listening to that prayer, because all of you are practicing the devil's laws. What happened to Bill Gates? Why is he not in jail? Why is Hillary Clinton not in jail? Why are all of these pedophiles that are demanding you all to listen to their rules, why are they not in jail? Oh, is it because you're part of them? Are you part of the deep state?
Your time has expired.
The deep state is going down, and if any of you are in the deep state, you're going down with.
So the female Alex Jones goes on a full-fledged rant there. Unfortunately, they cut her off before she got into the interdimensional time-traveling psychic vampire werewolves, but I'm sure she'll come back for the next meeting to discuss that. To see this woman in the condition she's in where her brain has been rotted by Facebook is actually pretty sad, if I'm being honest. She clearly takes everything she sees on Facebook at face value, no matter how outrageous it is, fucking bringing up Bill Gates and shit like that. What I'm hoping for, though, is in the next couple months we can see an explosion of the reptilian movement, because at least that shit is entertainingly stupid, not dangerous. You know, for those that don't know, the reptilian conspiracy is people that believe that there's lizard people among us that hide as human beings, and they'll talk about like zippers on the side of their face and shit like that. The reptilian one is great.
And I'll quote you, Miss McKinley. You said if you don't like the rules, shop somewhere else. Well,
After today, I won't have that option anymore because I am discriminated on every single time I tell somebody that I have a medical condition that does not allow me to wear a mask.
Another passionate speech is given here, and another misguided person is led astray thanks to the internet. As you can see, the person behind her is holding up an anti-vax sign talking about the dangers of vaccines, so I mean, this is kind of the clientele you're dealing with when you're presenting this kind of shit at a council meeting. But it is sad. And apparently everyone in the entire fucking world that uses Facebook has a medical condition that prevents you from wearing a mask. I guess just using Facebook is a disease in and of itself that inhibits the person's ability to fucking breathe anymore, apparently. It's super weird how everyone who reads that rubbing essential oils in your butthole is gonna heal you of coronavirus somehow also has an unspecified, undiagnosed medical condition that prevents them from wearing a mask out in public. Super fucking weird.
You're not God, and since masks are harmful, where there is risk, there should be choice. You're removing our freedoms and stomping on our constitutional rights by these communist dictatorship orders or laws you want to mandate. Today, you have the ability to show your residents that you truly care. Because if you do vote to mandate masks in a workplace, in public, in schools or stores, the death of many will be on your hands. The overwhelming evidence that is being presented to you today in no way, shape, or form can consciously allow you to put your citizens' health at risk. Voting yes to mask mandates makes no scientific sense.
Ah yes, some very compelling evidence was being presented today, such as, masks are bad, it's the work of the devil. What about Bill Gates? Are you kidding me? This is God's air. What the fuck is happening? You want to 5G us? Yeah, that's some real good evidence right there. I just can't even fucking wrap my head around it. They convince themselves that they're making good points. It's like they don't even hear themselves talk anymore. It's wild. It's wild. It's like using Facebook over time, like, rips your soul out of your body and you just become like this husk. Like this clueless fucking husk of a person. These fucking people, have they never seen a doctor? And nurses, doctors, in a hospital setting, they fucking wear masks for 6-8 hours a day. These people have probably never put a mask on in their goddamn life. They lack object permanence. Like if you put a handful of dollar bills, like if you put $5 in your hand and put it behind your back, they probably think it's not even there anymore, that it's just fucking vanished. They're like goddamn children. They see a mask over your face and they think you can't breathe. It's so silly.
Keep taking the road of least resistance. Keep listening to the TV brainwashing you from birth. Keep listening to conditioning messages in your local stores while shopping, just like Fidel Castro did over the loudspeakers in Cuba. Don't you see the problem? The truth is out there. Just go seek the truth.
Yeah, the truth is out there. Go seek the truth. As long as it's the truth that I found on Facebook. I always love that sentiment from people like this. Go do real research. No, not that research from like scientists and shit. I'm talking about like actual research, you know, from like Facebook meme pages that are run by a dude in his fucking shit-stained underwear in his 40s. That he actually knows what he's talking about, not these experts. These experts are fucking clueless. They're propaganda machines. And do real research at Facebook.
My concern, since I do have a medical condition that I cannot wear a mask, you are taking food away from my table.
No, that is an absolutely great point. Hey, while you're on your phone, why don't you download like Uber Eats or some shit like that, or one of the million other apps that deliver food to your door. That way you can still get those precious nutrients on your table without being a big fucking nuisance to everyone else around you.
And they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
Yeah, I found the entire stream, all 6.5 hours, and this is the only time it buffered. It's like what she said was so shocking that even the video itself had to take a pause to process it. Turning our backs on God's beautiful breathing system. You know, what can you even say about that, honestly?
God made it so that we would breathe in fresh oxygen to go to our body, to every cell in the body. It has to have that to make energy. When you wear a mask, the nose is cut off, the mouth is cut off, and you're breathing carbon dioxide over and over and over again. You're not getting the fresh oxygen that God intended. You're sending carbon dioxide to every cell in the body, polluting it.
I'd like to say, in the beginning, God formed man out of the earth and breathed his breath in him, and he became a living soul. And God gave us the very breath that we are to breathe. I would also like to know, where do you get the authority to reduce my oxygen? Who made you perpetrators over my life?
Jesus Christ, there isn't some kind of invisible goblin unit that's stealing oxygen away from you and giving it to the government. It's a fucking mask.
And ma'am, as a doctor, I really have many question marks about your degrees and what you really know, because what you say is the political dogma that they're trying to shove down our throats on every commercial and every store, and it's disgusting. And I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't think that you are worthy of your credentials. And I would ask suggestively that you go back to school and get educated.
Yeah, why don't you get educated like this perfectly sane woman here who was talking about how God breathed into people's assholes in the beginning of time or something? Why can't you be more knowledgeable and smart like this woman?
To put masks on our face, to keep us from breathing oxygen, to get us to become sickly.
Actual fucking toddlers with a little tantrum. No, I'm not eating my vegetables. No, how dare you make me eat my vegetables? That's not fair. You can't make me eat these vegetables. I don't want to eat these vegetables. Same fucking thing with this mask debacle here.
How can you make a one-size-fits-all mandate? Are you considering the following? I've been a music teacher for 23 years. I need you to tell me, how do I play a saxophone and sing with a mask on? I'll let you think about that.
Checkmate. Yeah, masks are a bad idea. She can't play the saxophone. I don't know why we didn't think of that. How are you supposed to play a brass instrument with a mask on? You can't. It just doesn't work. You're not going to be able to play a beautiful tune. And if it's interfering with the saxophone playing, well, the masks, I guess they just gotta go. Somehow, this was the most sane argument I saw from people at this meeting. I mean, because she's not wrong. I mean, you can't really play the saxophone with a mask on. You'd have to take the mask down and then play it. Everyone else just talked about how they were dying, how the masks were literally making people drop dead in the streets. At least hers was accurate, she's not wrong, you can't play the sax with a mask on. If I'm being honest, all of these people and their words actually did speak to me and open my third eye to a truth. I now understand why insane fucking lunatics like this actually have some level of power and a voice in decision making. It's because they're the only goddamn troglodytes that leave their cave to go to these fucking meetings. This meeting lasted 6.5 hours, and the only people there were anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers. These fucking brainwashed idiots that still believe the tooth fairy is real waited 6.5 hours just to go walk up to a mic for 30 seconds and regurgitate what they read on Facebook while being laughed at by the people they're saying it to. A normal, rational person will be like, well, 6.5 hours just to speak for 30 seconds and, get made fun of. Probably not worth the time investment. But these fucking people lack even the most basic cognitive functions to register what boredom is. So they will happily wait 6.5 hours just to read some garbage script off their phone they wrote while fucking half blacked out on Xanax and wine. And then it's incredible to me. And incredible is the wrong word. Terrifying is the appropriate word. These speeches are like fucking middle school debate club level shit. But yeah, anyway, that's about it. So yeah. Yesterday there was a fight that almost happened that had more hype than Mayweather vs. Pacquiao, than Muhammad Ali vs. Tyson, than Joey Chestnut vs. a plate of 60 hot dogs. It was a fight that took place, almost, in an unlikely Thunderdome, a very odd octagon, a Senate hearing. We were so close to witnessing the glory of what it must have been like to live during the medieval ages when disagreements were settled with a duel to the death. 2 consenting adults, a challenge was issued, a challenge was accepted, but unfortunately, they didn't get to exchange knuckle sandwiches. Their tummies were left empty because they put the kibosh on it. They weren't allowed to scrap, they weren't allowed to get after it, unfortunately, and damn it, what a shame. Somewhere out there in the multiverse, there is a dimension where this did happen, and it broke all of the viewership records for fights. But unfortunately, we don't inhabit that reality.
Today is quite different, but after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2,
so fire.
3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said,
I thought that was Adam Sandler.
CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me, any place, anytime cowboy.
And the gauntlet's getting dropped.
Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
No,
guy.
no, stop it.
Is that your
Sorry.
solution every
Hold it. No, no, sit down. Sit down. Okay.
Oh, boo! Let him fight.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
Let him fight.
Hold it. Hold it.
Oh, Jesus. The gavel comes out, and that's where it ends, unfortunately. They should have settled it the old-fashioned way. Pugilistic fisticuffs. Let it ride. Stronger man wins. God, it could have been so hype. There's also a guy in the background here whose expression really sums it all up. This guy right here. Biggest fucking smile on his face. Just like all of us, he wants to see this unfold. That's hardcore, though. This is a time. This is a place. Do you want to settle it now? He starts taking his wedding ring off. That actually was hard. Armstrong, is that you? Yeah, fucking nanomachine, son. Seemed like a consensual duel. Exactly! It was a consensual duel. Like, there's gotta be some kind of, like, old rhetoric in the Constitution somewhere that still exists, because, I mean, there's still shit in there from, like, the 1700s, that says if two senators or two men in a Senate hearing agree to a fight, it must unfold. And it's illegal to break it up. There's gotta be something in there like that. Never thought we'd see a on-site moment at a Senate hearing. Dude brought the receipts, too. He came in with the fucking tweets, and he's like, let's just do it. Let's run it. Stand the fuck up. Or, excuse me, stand your butt up. I like how they keep saying butt. Like you're about to fight, you can at least say ass. I think that's warranted. I do hope they schedule some kind of fight. Like, shit. I'll host a boxing event for them or something, or cage fight, street fight, I don't know. I want to see this happen now. I don't know shit about Mr. O'Brien, and I also don't know shit about Senator Mullen, but man, this would be a crazy fight to see. They look like they got that old man muscle. Put them in a real MWL fight? Oh, that's kind of fire. Yeah, wait, that's pretty good. Our first senator match? Actually do it. Do either one of them have their DMs open? They're clearly very active on Twitter, since this is where it all stemmed from. Let me see. I'll see if either one of them have open DMs. Senator Mullen does not. What about Sean O'Brien? Neither does Sean. Unlucky. Every election cycle, there's a Senate street fight. That'd be so good. It's what we need. You did not want to feel the burn here, unfortunately. Let them fight. They both agreed to it. Everyone was excited. Just let it happen. This guy's excited. This guy's excited. He's kind of indifferent. You missed the best part. He challenged him to a charity match at the end. Of this? Wait, did he?
Oh, hold on. No, stop it. I have the mic. I'm sorry.
They don't like...
Mike, you have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this, because I did challenge you, and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was...
Okay. In my defense, this is where the Twitter clip ended, like when Bernie broke it up. So I assumed nothing happened here except Bernie lecturing. This is big. Wait, huge development.
You challenged me to a cage match, acting like a 12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me. Hold it. No, excuse me.
I will say exactly.
Senator Mullen, I have the mic. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not talking.
It's not abuse. It's a consenting fight.
Let me show you his hearing, because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
Could you not point at me? That's disrespectful.
I don't care about respecting you at all.
I don't respect you at all.
So,
all right, hold it.
It's like an Xbox Live lobby.
You're one of the most elite people.
Please.
Acted.
Please. All right.
Oh my god. So where was the challenge to a charity match then? Where was that? Still pretty cool though that they kept going, but I didn't see anything about a different time, different day charity match. What I initially thought was fanfic from that chatter about the charity match turns out is real. So I found this in an article about it. The two traded angry insults for several more minutes, each called the other a thug, with Mullen at one point suggesting they fight for charity at an event next spring. Literally a WWE moment here, like, see you at WrestleMania, bub. Be there or be square, Buster. I'm gonna make Hulkmania run wild on you. And then he repeated an offer he made earlier this year on social media. O'Brien declined, instead suggesting they meet for coffee and work out their differences. Mullen accepted, but the two kept shouting at each other until the next senator, Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, started her questioning by talking over them. It's looking unlikely that they're actually going to fight, but I'm going to keep my fingers crossed as a just in case, because I'd love to see it now. I went into this Senate hearing with no information on their stats, you know, what's their background in combat sports, but I don't care. I think it could be a really fun event. I can't recall the last time we saw a good old-fashioned Senator Smackdown. And there's just something in me tickling me, telling me they might actually be good at fighting. Like, they might have that dog in them. I think it could be a really enjoyable fight. Not only from, like, the pure entertainment spectacle of it with these two older gentlemen that have no business being in a fight like this in the first place, duking it out. I actually think there's going to be a hidden element of surprise about, like, how competent they are with fighting. Just something in me tells me that, because they were more than willing to just let it rip on this day. At that location. That's confidence. That's a scary level of confidence. So, I do think it could be a fun event. They should put it together, you know, make it a whole community thing, make it a charity thing, turn it into a nice, big, positive event. I'm sure it can be done. But yeah, I found this whole thing to just be so silly, I had to share it. That's really about it. So yeah. I have become a huge fan of watching school board meetings now. I treat it like a sport. But I'm not really cheering for anyone, I'm just there to appreciate the players going out there and giving it their best. I love watching this shit. With everything going on with masks and vaccines, school board meetings have become absolutely like a modern gladiatorial arena. It's extremely entertaining. And today I want to share the most recent one with you. This actually happened in my own backyard, the state of Florida. It's everything you'd expect from the state of Florida, just not with any bath salts at this, unfortunately. They said, hey, no drugs. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see them playing at their optimal efficiency in their normal habitat. They were here sober, to the best of my knowledge, which I think is a bit of a shame. They should definitely change the rules at these school board meetings to allow for performance enhancers like meth, especially in Florida where it's just so common. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the clips of the people going up there to talk, but I do want to say there was a fist fight there. And I can't show you the video because, unfortunately, I think YouTube would take it down. So I'm just going to do my best to paint a picture with words for you. Imagine your old librarian from middle school. You know, she's a bit of an old battle axe, right? You know, a little slippery scallywag. She's not very nice, and she's a bit of a wino. She hits the wine pretty hard, and she's squaring off against your own mother. Like, your actual mom is there. And I want you to imagine them locked into a bout of Mortal Kombat, but as if they were both drunk zombies. So nothing's really landing. And then eventually one of them gets like a titty push in. She goes for like a one-handed titty shove, so she shoves her titty back. And then it gets broken up by a police officer. There were some fists flying, but nothing connecting. They were throwing out some wet noodles, but it's like both of them needed glasses and decided not to wear them that day, so they were just like punching air. You know, it wasn't really even close to the target. It's like they were trying to punch ghosts around their target, or like fighting their spirit. So none of the punches landed except for the booby thrust, and then it gets broken up. But there was one person that really stood out to me in the fight. She wasn't directly participating, but it's this woman right here, wearing a full American flag dress. So we had a real patriot in attendance that day. Fucking female Duke Nukem over here just loves America, and she's there just trying to show her support for helping kids get sick. I am sorry the quality is a little low on that screenshot. It looks like a picture of Sasquatch. I'm sorry about that. That's the best quality I could find of her attire. But anyway, let me get into showing you the actual school board meeting clips.
I'm going to tell you that your time is up. The people of the state and this district are rising up, and you have awakened a sleeping beast.
That's right, baby. The beast is up and angry, ready to tear scalp from skull at the upcoming WrestleMania. I bet when she wrote that, she thought it sounded really cool and intimidating, but all I get is like 1990s Attitude Era WWE promotionals in my head.
Maybe the reason why we have people in the hospitals all this mask wearing. Did we ever think of that? Did we ever think of that?
Oh wow, now there is a thinker. Oh man, yeah, I don't know if we ever stopped to consider that. Maybe it is the masks that are making everyone sick. Wow, she's really blowing the case wide open. She has like the actual thought processes of a child. You know, is she then going to start lobbying that we remove cracks from pavement because if you step on a crack, you break your mama's back?
Putting a mask on those children is robbing them of their education. You are robbing these kids of their developmental rights in terms of education. Are you educators? Don't you know that?
She is making a good point. Everyone knows that your brain turns off when your mouth is covered. Every time you go to eat something and your mouth gets full, like you just go fucking full brain dead for a split second. Everyone knows that. So she's at least making sense here. You simply cannot learn while wearing a mask, obviously. I mean, how are you expected to do mathematics if there's a mask over your face, right? Like, it's simple, it's elementary, really. I wonder if anyone ever told this lady that doctors and surgeons typically wear a mask when performing important operations. But that's probably a lie. I mean, the government probably made that up. I mean, you usually go under when you have like really important surgery, so you're asleep. They're probably not wearing a mask, and you're just being lied to. Since you haven't seen it with your own eyes, they're probably not actually wearing a mask. And if they were, they'd be drooling over themselves because their brain would be off. Like, you can't do anything when you have a mask on, obviously, as she's saying. So yeah, no, that's probably a lie. They're probably, when they're doing surgery, they're probably wearing like a leather jacket with like a cigar in their mouth or something, so that way they can really focus. Mrs. Claus here really is onto something. Like, you just can't learn if you're wearing a mask, and that's a really good argument, I think. Like, there's a lot of merit to that statement, if you're the dumbest fucking person on earth.
I want to talk about the real pandemic, child sex trafficking. By putting masks on these kids' face, you can't identify any of them.
What? Excuse me? Buddy, it's a school board meeting. For a second there, I thought he was going to start, like, complaining as, like a child sex trafficker himself. You know, it's like, I can never tell what their age is anymore, god damn it, and it's making my profession as a human trafficker much more difficult, god damn it, so this needs to go.
They don't care about your children. As a matter of fact, they hate them. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. Get it?
Yeah. Fucking busting out some stinky rhymes there for a second. She was about to go into a full-blown freestyle for him. I'm pretty sure everyone that showed up here to demand that masks be ripped off of kids' faces are the ones that actually hate their own kids. I don't think they even view them as their own children. I think they just view them as like political tools or something to enforce their own beliefs and agenda. So I think they're really kind of the ones that hate the kids. But that goes against the song she was about to bust out there, the little nursery rhyme she was working up. But like, there's just, I'm sure even like a 9-year-old can recognize, like, there's nothing to be lost by having a mask over your face. It's not like it's harmful. It's not like ruining your life. So what's the point? Even if you don't think it works, it's no different than just having a dress code at school. Like, if you go to a school and they say, hey, you can't have assless chaps, it's not like you're going to make a big hoopla about that. Like, no, I should be able to have my asshole exposed to the world, right? Like, it doesn't matter. If it's just part of the dress code, who cares, right? But to these people, it's more than just that. This is the only thing they have now. This is their whole personality, is just being against the mask and the vaccine. It's a stupid hill to literally die on. We've already seen, what, like 10 different radio hosts that kept preaching no mask, no vaccine, just literally die from it, and then talk about how much they regretted it. So, I mean, it's a cycle that seems to want to continue. And I feel bad for the kids because it's their parents that are trying to hurt them just because they have a stupid belief. They are literally going to Gangnam Style on the corpse of their own kid for it. And I don't think they're gonna care either. But I just wanted to say that because I think she's really the one that hates her own kids, and she's just kind of projecting that on the school board that she's whining and complaining to.
99.9 live through this flu, especially the kids, and the data proves that too. Science and laws shouldn't be changing so fast. Has Nuremberg taught us nothing of medical tyranny in the past?
This guy's face really says it all. She brought up Nuremberg. Good lord. Like, some of these people are just too far gone, to be honest. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They just desperately need something to cling to that they feel makes them unique, or makes them feel smart, and this is what they've chosen. And I don't think many of these families ever really admit when they're wrong. I do remember not long ago, there was a family who 2 different members of the family died, and they ran 2 GoFundMe campaigns and still kept saying no mask, no vaccine, even in their own fucking GoFundMe campaigns, as they were lobbying for money for funeral services for the 2 members that died from it. So it's just one of those things, man. I don't know what you do about it except just sit back and laugh at them anymore. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They refuse to believe, like, the most basic understanding of anything, and it sucks, but it's a pretty fucking lit school board meeting, right? Like, the content from the school board meetings, pretty fucking A tier. Of course, I feel super bad for the kids because they didn't choose to have stupid parents. It's just really unlucky. And yeah, I just wanted to share some more cool school board meetings with all of you, and that's about it. So yeah. Former governor of Vermont, Howard Dean, literally ruined his career over the Dean scream. Wow. We actually have an old head in here. The Dean scream is what Chappelle, back in the early days, made an entire skit based off of. We're going to Oregon! We're going to Vermont! Ah! And then Chappelle made an entire skit out of it. His career ended on the spot. That is a classic. Which is so stupid. It's actually... I'm going to play it. I'm going to play the clip. What was his name again? Dean... I'll just do Dean Scream. It's crazy to think of this now because at this point, this guy would get 1 million Twitter followers overnight and become a TikTok sensation if he did this right now. But this ruined his entire political career. This one moment. This one goofy scream.
And you know something?
Tell him, Dean.
You know something?
Or
Not only
Howard.
are we going to New Hampshire, Tom Harkin, we're going to South Carolina and
Yep.
Oklahoma
Yep.
and Arizona and North Dakota and New
Yes.
Mexico. And we're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Fuck yeah, Howard! He sounds like the president from Independence Day when he gives his last speech.
Or New Mexico, Oklahoma.
I don't remember this for sure, but I do remember reading that he was actually an extremely liked candidate right up until that moment. I'm going way into the data banks of my brain for that, but I think I remember reading that going into that, people fucking loved him. Like, people fucking loved that guy. But the second he did that silly scream, they threw him to the wolves. That was true? He had a lead in the polls? Okay. Yeah. Like, it is like a WWE performance. Just one scream.
South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
And he cooks it up, too. Like, look at him charging it. It's like a spirit bomb.
The White House.
And then Chappelle kind of just dug the nail in the coffin. He made a whole skit about it.
To take back the White House.
I watched this episode so many fucking times. I loved it.
I would kick open the door to the Oval Office and I would chop that motherfucking desk in half.
I can imagine Howard watching this skit with tears in his eyes. Just one scream. Ahead of his time, though. Like I said, if he did this today, he would be extremely popular for it, and he'd get a lot of new fans. Is he alive? I don't know. I always just assume when I stop hearing about, like, big celebrities that they're dead. It's a bad habit of mine. I just assume that the reason I stopped hearing about them is because they died. He reprised his speech in 2016, no scream, though. What's the point, then? Here's what I say. I think Howard Dean should get the cobwebs off. You know, get on his dancing shoes again and make a run for it. But this time, invest heavily in the Dean scream. I think that should be the focal point of all of his campaign rallies. Build his whole brand around that and give it another crack. You could be his running mate. Yeah, I don't want to be his running mate. I'll be his campaign manager. I'll design his appearances. I'll have this man going on like Twitch rivals for games he doesn't even fucking play just to keep saying, yeah. Get Howard Dean in the next Smash tournament? Oh, yeah, have him casting Smash. But then wouldn't he become the breathtaking? No. I think it's a little different with the Dean scream. I legitimately think he got done so dirty. I don't know why that scream ruined him. Like, I really don't, to be honest. I don't know why people got so upset at the Dean scream back in 2004. It was used to trivialize his platform by his own party. Oof. Rough. Friendly fire, Sag. I mean, that is Sag. Imagine getting ruined because you got a little too excited, so you made a silly noise. Sometimes when I get excited, I fucking squeak. Like, my actual throat, like, makes a squeak that comes out. It sounds like a dog toy. I could never make it in politics if you get fucked for something like that. I'd be out in the first debate. Or are you gonna weren't you gonna run for mayor with Andrew? No, I just thought that was a really silly idea. Of course I wouldn't actually fucking run for mayor. They sampled the Dean scream in Breaking Bad. Oh, really? What? When? I don't remember that. Was that actually in the show? Wait, what? That... No shot. This has to be a meme, right? Why? Like, that doesn't even fit here. Nah, no shot. That's definitely just like a meme. Find another clip. Good idea. No way! What? Why is that even there? What? It wasn't... That had to just be there as a joke. Yeah, it had to just be like a little joke with the crew. I mean, it adds fucking nothing to the scene at all. Like, it's just a random sound effect. It's like the whip cracks in Johnny Test. They must have just, like, been, like, laughing about this and threw it in. Audio engineers love the shit out of this. Think Wilhelm scream. Yeah, but I feel like Wilhelm scream is only used as a joke, right? Like, there's no way they actually use the Wilhelm scream seriously anymore. Like, that's just an audio engineer goof. Same here, though. Yeah, true. I wonder how many other times the Dean scream has been slid into movies and shows. Today was a big day, not only because I got hit with an aging beam, but also because of the national emergency alert test that went out that had the internet in a panic. And by that I mean a bunch of weirdos on Twitter that were making it seem like this was going to be an apocalyptic event and warning everyone to shut off your phones, turn off all the electricity, resort to caveman Neanderthal mode. It's the only way to stay safe from all the 5G radiation that's going to be blasted through your cell phones into your brains and melt them from the inside out. Or there was also other conspiracy theories about how it's going to turn you into zombies. One of them was even very Kingsman-esque, where it's going to activate some kind of, like, vaccine-related microchip in everyone's brain that's going to turn them hostile and have people fighting each other like it's that scene out of Kingsman at the church. All kinds of wild stuff. And I'm recording this after the fact, so if you're watching this, then I'm already dead. The alert test system took over, and it was the end of humanity. They were all correct. Now, to briefly explain in case you were in the dark, I'm sure you all got the message and maybe you don't know why. Basically, they stated that they were going to do an emergency alert test and everyone's phone was going to get it. Basically just an Amber Alert, but nationwide. This also isn't the first time they've done it, but it's the first time they've done it since the brainworms took over in society, where everyone's just constantly on edge and panicking about everything. So this one was a big deal for some reason. And now to briefly explain why I'm graying here like Gandalf, we were filming one of our new music videos for The Gentle Min. I took off all the prosthetics so I don't look as old in the face, but I haven't showered yet. I just really wanted to post this video because as of making this, the alert broadcast just happened. So it's still very fresh, so I wanted to talk about it. And I also want to show you some live footage we shot when the bombs dropped, when the test message was received by all of us.
Really?
Well, it's Sleepy Joe out here trying to test an emergency alert system, and I didn't give him consent, so a lot of people think he's activating the 5G latent within our DNA now.
Nope.
About to trigger the Marburgo virus or whatever, turn us into zombies.
What was that one?
What's it called? The
Marlboro?
Marburg, I think.
Marburg.
Marburg?
Something like that.
What is this? I've never heard of it.
One of the theories is that the signal from the emergency alert system is going to activate the virus and turn you into a zombie.
I mean, that's honestly pretty cool if it does.
So the experts on Twitter are saying turn off all electronics.
I'm not going to.
Nope. 15 seconds. We're going to brace for impact.
I was going to say, I'm going to
All right, everybody, I want you to know how proud of you I am.
This has been a lot of fun.
Just in case this is the end.
5 seconds.
Hey, it's been great.
It's been a good run.
See you guys.
You're late.
Oh, he's sleeping again.
Was it 2 o'clock sharp?
I thought it was 2:30, but you said 2.
It was 2, right?
I don't know. I didn't.
At times.
Does someone want to check out when it actually is happening?
2:30.
Oh,
all right,
Jiminy.
we'll be back.
Jiminy
we'll be back
Christmas.
later.
That was
All
4
right,
minutes.
I'm rolling.
You trying to open my wallet?
No. Well, it'd be useless now when currency goes out of fashion.
Money means nothing.
Bottle caps.
Yeah, the barter system
A few
again.
of us that are left are going to trade in seashells.
Yeah. Y2K is coming back. The sequel.
Well, so yeah, you guys saw the false alarm at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
They pushed it back to 2:20, so Joe could finish his nap. Now we're here.
I can't laugh super well at this.
Oh, this is like a horror movie.
It is.
Oh god.
I'll just like jump scare at the camera. The emergency alert goes off and I blast myself at
The
the
lights
camera.
go out, you're hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
What time is it?
2:17.
All right.
We got 3 minutes.
Last 3 minutes of everyone being conscious.
Do you have anything to say? They're never going to see this, but do you have anything to say to them?
Whoever finds this footage, just know we did our best.
Like how you're just in the makeup.
Yeah.
With no explanation.
He already got hit with the alarm once.
Yeah.
So God knows what's going to happen.
This is what happens when the alarm goes off. They gave me the beta test.
He upgraded his iPhone. Now look at him. This is what 5G does to a man.
The most recent update. Oh, jeez. I love the. It's like your body needs an outlet to laugh. 218. 218. No, it was an alarm to remind us. Yeah, watch it just be that. It's gonna be so underwhelming.
Wait, why is mine the? Okay, now they're all going.
Mine's not.
Well, mine is also not going.
Yeah,
there it goes.
Mine's going.
That is not 220.
That's just the Amber Alert.
Also, I don't know what's happening to you guys. I'm okay.
Yeah, Matt's safe.
They hit me.
Maybe Matt's on the inside.
I just start levitating off.
I got nothing.
Wow.
Wait.
Like,
Nobody's safe. Damn it. All my neurons have been rewired from the 5G they blasted us with.
Does anyone feel different?
I feel fine. I feel better.
Yeah. I only got 1. You guys all got 2.
Well, he did
I only got
some
1.
probiotics, I think, in mine, so I feel great.
You got the Johnson & Johnson and we got...
That's true.
Do you just have a sudden urge to buy Microsoft products?
Alright, that was fun, guys.
Well, that was a cool video.
We'll have to wait to see the effects. There's going to be like fires outside and everything.
It's also still not 220 when they are supposed to do the test.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, they were trying to surprise everyone.
Government.
Yeah, government's running early like always.
They tried to take us out first. It didn't work.
Alright, that was fun.
Just wait for it to hit 220.
Okay.
Maybe that was a little joke.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
The next one's going to be like a harpy.
The next one's like missile inbound.
Can you imagine? It's just like a blood curdling scream.
Yeah.
Blood boil.
Yeah, I turned off Amber Alert, so I was like...
It's not my business.
I'm not helping them find them.
You could have prevented so many
Alright, it's
cases.
220. I think we're in the clear.
Yeah, I think we're safe. We made it.
I would say it was bombed out.
We're on the other side of history now.
Great job, guys.
I wonder how that one lady feels who tweeted about the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably feels pretty vindicated.
Yep.
Hey, it's me again. I've been de-aged back down to 29. Now here's the little after-action report now that we've had some time to sit on it, marinate on the juices here, post-national alert test. We're in a new world now. Everything is changed, everything is different, just as all the intellectuals on Twitter proposed. I'll drop the sarcasm, just another giant fucking nothing burger that was hyped up for no reason because fear-mongering is extremely lucrative for everyone that engages in it. This was just nothing. This isn't new. This has happened many times over the last decade even with testing these emergency alerts. Another leading theory, and a lot of the copium that people are falling back on now since nothing happened with this, is that it's all just preparation to get us ready for either an impending alien invasion or giant like alien news or some kind of like new viral outbreak that they're about to unleash on the world, shit like that. So it's basically just kicking the can further down the road, like, no, you guys, we were correct. We just didn't know how deep the rabbit hole went, or when exactly their nefarious plot would unfold. Another big one, I'm really tackling all of these because I find it so entertaining. Another big one is that this is going to be like their first step in mind control and mass surveillance. Since they spit this out to the whole country, they now have eyes on everyone. They have the ability to connect with everyone across the country. No shit, that's not new. Where have you been? Are you just stumbling out of cryosleep? How is this surprising that they have the ability to spit something out to the entire country? Like, privacy does not really exist anymore. And the government is always up your butthole right now because everyone has a phone, or a computer, or something that connects to the internet at their house. The government has all the information they could ever want about you at all times. They wouldn't need to run a national emergency alert test to somehow confirm that they can get to you or speak things to you through the phone. They've been able to do that for like 2 fucking decades now. That's not new. So if this was some kind of like mind control frequency, they would have been able to do that in secret long ago because they have been able to connect to everyone in the country for a long time now. Like, this whole thing is just so ridiculous. All of the hoopla over this alert test. It's just fucking silly. It's such baloney. And I just had to talk about it. That's really about it. See ya.